we're going back to our resource acquisition. Didn't say it right this time. I've had students have had problems with this, where they thought, hey, I have a person, first name, last name, emergency contact. They wanted to create an array, but the constructor wouldn't let, or sorry, the IDE actually wouldn't let them create the whole entire thing because of, frankly, it's going to want to push all of that creation of, especially heap memory, into our constructor. So the IDE won't even let you do that. But here, notice it's setting up our string emergency contact. The rest, literally this portion from here on down, would be done inside the constructor to be safe. And again, as you know from the previous page, we would then use a deconstructor to get rid of our emergency contact heap array with our deletion and then our null pointer, just to make everything safe and sound. But that's one of the reasons why your compiler is not going to let you get away with setting something up as a dynamic array in our original setup for a class. Just a heads up on why it's doing that. I bring this up because I've had a lot of students have had this issue before. Now we've talked about it twice. I'm hoping to avoid it. So what was the fix? Here is the fix. Here, notice that we're using that resource acquisition rules for us here. We're setting up the rest of that overall emergency contact list. Notice I'm passing in how many contacts that I want, and it'll set up the array that way. This is being done in the constructor. So we know that it's happening from our original person.h. Sadly, it's not showing there, but it's on the previous page. We know that that was there, getting it set up. Now, what I didn't show you on this one is the actual deconstructor on going ahead and returning that heap memory back to our computer. You know that's only a couple of lines, so that's why I didn't do it that way. But notice, that's how I also call it when it comes to creating our instances. Poor Barley only had one contact. Geez, Paul didn't have any emergency contacts. Anyway, so that's how we would use that. That's how we would fix this out and for our resource acquisition issues, make sure we're good to go, and how to set it up in the constructor. And don't forget about the deconstructor.